Welcome back to the Zoomer. It's time now for final thoughts from the panel, starting with Jeff on my left.
Well, this is an extremely daunting topic, of course, and I, for one, as a Christian evangelical Gentile, want to say to anybody like me who is watching that I think it's very important that that we don't think it can only happen through social media or some of these other large-scale things. Of course, we need that kind of push in order to fight anti-Semitism. But I want to call everybody back to the grassroots movement that says, I, for one, will stand with the Jewish people and will stand with Israel. And I think it's important that Jewish people know who their friends are. And certainly, my tribe wants to be associated as one of those friends. And I think that anybody listening who is part of my tribe, we need to stand together. And I really believe that. So,
Martin.
I keep going back to the time of Roosevelt and the Holocaust when there was Jewish members of the cabinet. There were Jews that were debating whether to speak out or not to speak out. At that time, there was a very serious wave of anti-Semitism in the United States. And the general consensus was, don't speak so loudly, it's going to create more anti-Semitism. Well, I think what's got to be understood here is you better speak very loudly, very clearly, and very strongly, because with the absence of a counter initiative, anti-Semitism will only grow, and it will grow to dangerous proportions.
Dara.
I want to say that since I published a book on this subject, I've had the privilege of speaking to many audiences about this, and one of the most hopeful things that I've encountered is my conversations with non-Jewish readers and non-Jewish communities, because what I've discovered is that there are a lot of people with a lot of goodwill who really want to address this and maybe just don't have the tools and maybe just don't know how. And I think that there's a lot that we can build together in a community of people of goodwill. There's a lot more ignorance out there than malice. And I think that there's a lot of room for us to build a better future together, but it does require people to learn about and listen to the experiences of Jews living in North America today in order to do that.
Irwin.
Just to take up where Dara and others left off, I think number one, we need education, not only we the Holocaust and not only we anti-Semitism, but who the Jewish people are. Number two, we need a legal framework that combats both hate crimes and hate speech. Number three, the importance of allyship, as Sheba and others mentioned. Number four, the appreciation that anti-Semitism is toxic to democracy. It's not just threatening to Jews, it's threatening to all of us. And therefore, we need a national action plan to combat anti-Semitism, which is a whole of government approach and a whole of civil society approach. We're all in this together, and that's the best way to combat it.
Sheba.
Irwin gave you a lot of what I'd like to say, but I also just want to add that it can be so easy in times of trouble to look for someone to blame, communities to blame, but I think that allyship, like was previously said, is our best tool in kind of combating and trying to fight anti-Semitism, because we do have people who want to help in the fight and who are well-intentioned, and I think that we really need to look for those people and avoid putting the wrong people on pedestals.
Okay. Thank you to our panel, and thank you to the audience for being with us. It's often said that anti-Semitism is the canary in the coal mine, that the growth of anti-Semitism worldwide is a sign that other forms of hatred and xenophobia are becoming more destructive and widespread. Hatred breeds when it is met with silence, and it's up to all of us to call it out. We'll see you soon. It's time to zoom out.